of the grand final, the Join the Republic community challenge between Team Poland, represented by Isaac and his boys, and the Swedes with the King of Banana, Mr. Friberg, leading the way.
Here we go then, let's get into it. Have a look at the buys on the T side. There will be a P250 for Navarro. He's been dropped there. You can see he's got armor as well. That increases his range. You go towards that A bomb side and go toe-to-toe with the USPs. They have one smoke to work with. That's in the back pocket of Isaac. He also dropped the P250, so he is being a little bit of a merchant here. As we go into the second map, here's the first round, and Friberg gets his head blown off. That's the power of that P250, Chad. I think this could be a massive part of the game in 2018. That P250 has been buffed recently, and it does seem to be a lot more popular, especially in the NIP, just to reference them with Friberg on the server. They keep dropping 2 PT50s on the T-pistol and allowing players like Forrest, Get Right to have those weapons with body armor to get stuck in and actually have the range with the USPs.
Yeah, it definitely gives you the confidence to take those duels, but it seems like a B player's in the cards here, as Hamzy is sitting in wait on the platform. We need him to go absolutely huge if Friberg and the Swedes want to have any chance in this round. We have seen some blunders from him, and they're coming in. That's a one-tap from Hamzy, but that's all it's going to be, as Soren quickly trades and leaves game on the bomb site with a lot of action.
Oh, a lot of action indeed, Chad. He goes down. It's now Soak and Wolfie. I think Wolfie has to be the hero if he can. He's going to have to howl louder than ever. Soak finds the opening kill, though. They have got the defuse kit and a smoke, so things could get a little awkward here. Wolfie's coming from short. He has got the USP. Remember, he has that range advantage, but Isaac taking down Soak. That should be the round done. But Wolfie is one of the star players of Team Sweden. He'll tentatively make his way in, but now they know exactly where he is. He has 3 kills to find and a bomb to defuse. He hasn't got the smoke or the defuse kit, so this round is almost definitely over at this stage. Pretty much guaranteed now. He won't even have time to defuse with the 10 seconds. So that's going to be it. Will he be able to find any extra money? Which he absolutely will. So if he can save his armor here, he won't do that. That could have been great. He would have got $900 in total from finding all those kills, and then kept the armor. He could have had a really decent second round force buy here.
There was some good shots coming out from him there, and that's what we need. You know, they need to get that spark back, because the individuals, that's where we're putting all the stock on Sweden. We know the teamwork, we know the chemistry, we know that doesn't really stack up for them.
Yes.
So the players are the ones who need to get it done with their aim, with their pure individualism. And they are opting for a bit of a weak buy. It's not a forced buy here. Wolfie hasn't got any armor. Aim, we know the Orpa, he doesn't have any either, but they both have deagles. Friberg has invested, and Hamzy has a bit of utility with a P250. Yeah, well, that's the only way people can learn, Henry.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
He's got to start thinking, I'm really exposed here. I'm in the air for about a second. This cannot be good.
You know when, Henry, when I win, I win.
Yep.
When I lose, I learn. That's
all he should be doing. So maybe he will get his head blown off and he'll learn a valuable lesson. But he doesn't look, he'll be tested today. They're going towards the A-bomb. It will be a step piece there. So just smoke towards CD spawn, smoke jungle, maybe the steps as well. Then have 2 smokes.
There's 4 players there though, Henry. There's 4 CTs.
I don't think it'll be a big issue. I still feel the smoke's going down. As long as they go in together, 3 players out the palace, so flashbang's over. They'll probably lose 1 kill, but trade out.
Well, Game's going to get 3 kills
Game's
here
in a good position,
prove you wrong, Henry. In the corner of the Goblin box, going to grab 1 nice headshot there. 2 more T's. They want to peel on out, and he's taking a couple of shots, but List, he's going to finish him off. The T's now
pretty much as I predicted, Chad.
Well, Henry, it's a game of numbers. And you're better with them than me. I've looked at your portfolio lately.
Yes, indeed. Well, it will be 4 players surviving, and Hamzy, the Jack in the Box on the B-bomb side does go down.
This is what we want to see, the fist bumps.
Exactly. I think it's part of the game. I feel like you don't have any awkward laughing or left hanging with the high fives, just simple fist bump. Everyone knows what it means. Yep. It's not like we always talk about it when you try to give someone a handshake, right? And they come up to you.
Man, I hate it.
Especially if they're not British or Australian, they come up to you and they're like, arms in the air.
Bro, what's going on,
it like
man?
That? Are you going for a secondary handshake? Are you evolving it to a normal one? Are you hugging after it? I like a good fist bump. You know exactly where you stand with that. Okay. And everyone's happy.
Yeah, when we're dealing with strangers, I'll go the fist bump. But when I want to get in with the lads, I like that.
Well, some people I build up a rapport with, and I know what they do.
Yeah, but Paolo always tries to do that real
guys, they have this
stuff.
special one they do of everyone. I've learned it now. Yeah, like Calder had to teach it to me. He said I kept ruining it for him every time. So he learned it's the open.
Wait, can we give this away?
Well, I think it's not a secret one.
Okay,
it's more like it's this procedure now. Okay. So I don't ever screw it up.
Well, I haven't learnt it. Can you teach it to me?
So like that, up in the air.
Yeah.
and then you're going in, hugging,
Yep.
and then letting go. No second part of it.
Okay.
Just out.
Okay.
And then I'm always wondered, like, do you go in, down,
Yep.
or up?
Yep.
But no, that's
Okay.
it. Simple. So if you see Cold Zero, do that one.
Why? What happened to the handshake? It used to be so popular back in the old days.
We hit 2015, I think, and then everything went wrong in the
Yeah,
world.
mate. Have you heard that Gucci Gang song?
Yeah, well, I think that's the first time I've ever heard of this sort of stuff in my
Oh,
life.
mate.
I've heard like it's not hot or I'm not hot
Yeah.
song. I've heard Gucci Gangs. Like I don't know. I just
We're
don't
getting
get it.
old, aren't we, Henry?
Yeah.
But speaking of our age, when we played Counter-Strike, Mirage was called CPL Strike. But here we are. An A attack is about to happen. They peeked out Palace. They've seen Wolfie, but Stoke, he's going to step out. He's going to be able to make a frag, but it's all falling apart for the Swedes here as the T's have gone with a contact play from hell, putting them down in the grave, and another round will be on the board for the Poles here with Hamzy left last alive. Save that gun, mate. You can't do anything. You're locked out.
So they've got Hamzy playing in the B bomb site. His objective pretty much will be, dude, just get one frag, try and delay them, drop the utility. He's going to be rotating, right, from the B bomb site. If they ever go A, you're not going to rely on him to win a massive clutch here. So he'll just be holding up towards the kitchen, hoping to tuck himself in the corner here and hoping the players run into his crosshair and maybe he can find a frag or two, maybe upgrade to an AK-47. I'm not really fancying his chances right now. He's going to have Liss coming towards him. He's currently by the vents, and he will indeed come towards the kitchen. Hamzy just getting a little bit chilly behind the fridge there, and will he be found out? Hamzy does like to miss these shots, but he does deliver this time. He's very up and down player. You can tell he is nervous at times. Sometimes he has brilliant rounds, and fantastic. Sometimes he misses some absolute sitters. We'll see if he survives here. He might even get another kill here. He does indeed. Saves the AK-47. Not too bad. And they will be fist bumping. Not the cleanest of finishes there for Poland, but a great execution at the very start. We discussed this on Train Chad. First gun round is always a bit of an anomaly because it's not going to be a D4 or anything like that, especially when it's a four sport.
Yes.
The way the game's evolved, it's always going to be a set decision on the first gun round. Trying to focus on an area you know the money's weak, or a particular player won't have an AWP or an incendiary, and you want to do a set piece there knowing they won't have that expensive incendiary because they can't really slow you down. So that's why we see that in the first gun round. It's a great position to be in on the T side, and the main reason I don't like the force buy in the second round generally. I'm happy with Deagle's no armor, but if you get the armor as well, I feel like you're so limited, especially at the top level. The best in-game leaders are going to be able to shut you down without having a decent T side.
So if we just look at what's going on here, it's slowed right down. The T's are very passive. This position by Liss here is safe. He's playing with his teammates. They're having a very disciplined brand of Counter-Strike right here from the Poles. And this is fantastic to see. The idea here is that the eco, or that saved weapon, they're going to take risks with it. They're going to push out. They're going to try and find frags. They're going to try and equalize the lack of weapons with aggression. And by holding back, by playing as a unit, you allow the trades. If you have a quick look at the top left of your screen, you can see that Hamzy and Friberg have got very inquisitive over towards that B apartment area. They've been able to push. They've been able to get a lot of information. And if there's a time for Hamzy to shine, Henry, I think this one could be it. He is on the
a lot of
flank
pressure though,
from out of nowhere.
A lot of pressure.
If he can get there within the next
He's
5 to
on the
10
heels.
seconds.
Look at him come in. This could be perfect.
Soak just has to stay alive here. Don't drop too quickly. Potentially get a frag, and he's going to get two from out of nowhere. Soak steps up. The flank is still on. Hamzy could still be the hero in this scenario, but he's not needed.
He'll get one, but it's all down to Soak. It was the contact play. Isaac can go through a couple of smokes, but didn't check their angles there. They walk through, and Soak gets the double spray down the CZ. That's where it said it's absolute best. Right in their face, holding a corner. It's good for multiple kills just like that. He manages to deliver, and it's the first round on the board for Team Friberg, and the first real gun round coming in here. Number 6, 4-1. CT side certainly more favored on Mirage in general, as Seren looks towards the connector there, pulls the trigger through the smoke. No one there to receive it. Friberg pushes off towards short and game. Not smoked out of the window, but there is smoke towards top of mid. Underpass play coming through. It will be killed Cappy and Navrot to try maybe boost themselves up towards the window. We'll see whether they want to explore that idea. Wolfie, given the chance there, through the smoke, takes down the player on the underpass, and a nice 5-on-4. That's the hard work done. They can fall back and hold the bomb sites now. Isaac. Lovely work out of the Palace there. This is where he lies in wait most of the time, listening out for footsteps or sound cues that he can exploit. He does take a lot of damage there, but levels the playing field to a 4-on-4. Misthrown smoke, of course.
Well, you love to see it.
That is shocking. He was throwing it from that position. That's one of the easiest smokes to throw. It's not a set smoke, you just throw it in there.
Could really work against him here. Yeah, Friberg's going to take full advantage of that missed smoke, get 2 huge kills, and he's going to put that round definitely in the stead of the Swedes. It's very important here for them to get this one on the board.
If I'm the teammate of Killcappy right now, I'm absolutely livid.
Yeah, but Henry, what's done is done, and Hamzy is going to do a little bit more here. He's going to get both frags. He's stepping up right now. He's a boy who we put a lot of pressure on. He's someone who we need to see a lot from.
Time out to rage.
Do you think this is because of the tilt?
Yeah, I would, honestly, like the fact you just gave away 2 frags for the easiest smoke potentially in the game. You just throw it up, bounce off the ceiling. He was beneath the window, he missed it. He's bounced off the ceiling, the window, he can't miss.
There's a saying, Henry. It's stuff happens. I think that's the way they say it.
Yeah, but like this is, so Killcappy goes down and think, okay, fine enough, you deserve to die, but you got your teammate killed, the AWPer as well. You lost him that big green gun, as you would say. And then Hamzy, he finds some form, getting some confidence now. There it is, last 2 frags. 4-2. I think this might be an eco for the Poles. Yeah, they've got about 2k per player. Almost certainly just be some deagles and maybe a couple of sets of armor. We'll see whether they want to operate in that manner. So 4-0 goes to 4-2. If you're just joining us, where have you been? This is the grand final. We've been playing the last 3 days. This is the ROG Join the Republic Community Challenge. We've had 8 different nations represented here, spanning from USA, Germany, Poland, Sweden, and a few others, Chad. Australia, that's crazy, isn't it? The fact we've got all reaches of the world making their way to here, Stockholm, Sweden. But this is the grand final. Friberg on home turf, of course, trying to bring home the championship. At a map down, he's going to have to do it on cash if he wants to win here today.
Henry, before you get stuck into this round, because I know you love a good eco bash as much as the next guy.
Go on.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Have you been practicing that for the stream?
No.
It's debut. It's debut.
It's quite easy.
The tongue twister.
Yeah.
Well, it was you perfectly executed.
Thank you.
But it doesn't look like this round was by Isaac and
Well, that's why I was talking about absolute nonsense.
Yeah. Well, don't really be able to do much of this one, I'm afraid. Liss and Soren will just be holding up and trying to do anything they can with the Deagle and indeed the Glock.
Would you bungee jump again, Henry? I mean, skydive?
Yeah, I love skydiving. That wasn't scary, really. That was fine. Like, that wasn't like a terrifying moment. You know you're going to be safe.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be the one recorded guy that year
who dies,
his parachute doesn't pull, well, that's just unlucky.
Yeah. Would you do it over somewhere, like picturesque? What are we talking?
I would like to do it over Dubai.
Okay.
I think that would be really cool because they've got that open sea, like the crazy skyscrapers and everything you see out view the city. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's it called?
I can't remember. It's called the Palm, I think.
Yeah, I think I know. We were on the same page. Yeah. I didn't do it with you guys in Sydney, and I kicked myself for that. So hopefully it could be something we can maybe.
Well, stick with ASUS. It seems like they take all their players on a crazy experience.
I reckon
so maybe come back next season and you can get stuck in.
I reckon I could jump out of a plane.
You got to do sumo wrestling last time.
Yeah, I did some sumo. I was on a boat.
Chad, if you're not aware, was actually a captain of one of these nations last year. He was, of course, Australia. Didn't go too well. Didn't make the final. Not quite.
Well, all right, mate.
I'm just making sure everyone's aware. They'll probably be asking next.
Giving out the fun facts. Giving out the fun facts.
Yeah.
Okay, lots of smokes have been deployed here in middle. Game was trying to play that one-way smoke, but Soren, he is too smart.
Doesn't like Mirage. He's told me that before.
The game said that.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. Thinks it's too easy.
Proof could be in the pudding right there as he goes down, gives away the opening frag. Puts a lot of pressure on the remaining players from Sweden. We now have 4v5 situation, and Isaac, he's getting a little bit greedy. He's stepping out for a frag, spots a player, and he's going to put his tail between his legs, and he's going to dart away, regroup with his squad, and come up with a better plan of attack. They have mid-control. The communication is quite concise right now. Sounding like they're making a lot of direct calls, but Wolfie's going to pop flash himself. He's going to take a pick. He's going to get a kill onto Cappy, but Soren once again with the AWP stands strong. And they continue the number advantages. We're now on a 3-on-4 scenario. And if you have a look right now where Avrod is, he's pushed all the way up. Going to find a huge kill onto Soak, but Friberg stops him before he can take any more territory and cut off those rotations.
Oh, Hamzy and Friberg.
What a duo.
Oh, indeed. But
oh, Adam!
Yeah, that's really good. Now they've got a real chance here. Friberg put the fear of God towards them. But Hamzy coming in as well. He can actually win this.
He's done it, Henry! Hamzy stepped up. That's a 2-on-1 scenario. The boy is back.
From the doldrums, he manages to come back. It's the big bomb site has been his stomping ground, but finally he makes a clutch happen. He comes all the way in from the big bomb site. Friberg gives him the information, nails the first shot, and catches the bomb planter with his pants down.
Hamzy went ham. He is back with a vengeance, and he is now showing and leading the way for for the Swedes.
Well, that's fantastic stuff. That's going to be a great start to their campaign of making it to the third map. Number 9, just pistols, armor, a couple of smokes and flashbangs. They're going to go quickly, and Wolfie and Soak will make light work of them. There we go. Very good stuff indeed. Going to be a clean sweep by the looks of things. Izak by himself towards the underpass, and he'll just be trying to find a cheeky frag in return. Chad, it looks like it's all over, and Izak, he denies at least Friberg another kill. The game will finish things off. He'll find the AWP.
Hamzy's looking happy. Look at him. He's getting in the
Well,
game right now. This is what I like to see.
These are not professional players. This is the first time they played on an environment like this. They're playing with Friberg, game, grizzled veterans.
Henry, when I played Counter-Strike, I wasn't smiling too much.
No, you weren't. Well, you were when you first came on the scene. When you first arrived and exploded on the stage of CSGO, when you became a household name, you were all smiles then.
Yeah, I was a bit of a character.
But then it all went wrong.
Everything fell apart.
I think when you moved to that casino is when it all started going wrong.
Whose idea was that, honestly? Wolfie aggressive on Cat. He's going to find one. Friberg steps out to potentially find the second, but Izak too quick. Gets the headshot, and now it's a 4-on-4. We found ourselves in these situations plenty of times before. And the Poles are the ones who play the scenarios in a much more concise manner. Soren in his trademark position with that AWP, taking a couple of shots through the walls, through the smokes, hoping to hit a tag, but it's not easy to do.
There are a few things in the CTs you can do to actually make that boost a lot more viable. So you can throw, and instead you throw 2 HEs at the start to put them in the corner, then throw the Molotov to get them right in the corner, and then you can go for the spam. Did you guys ever deploy that back in your day? No,
it wasn't something we really looked for. B was more of the site we just forgot about.
Yeah,
left like JKS there and said, you can do this on your own,
yeah,
mate.
I've seen that like a lot of teams do that recently. It's actually worked. Like, you might not find a kill, but you get a like significant damage off and like scare them for going to that side of the map.
They do want to go B here and try and exploit Hamzy, who we have identified as a weakness ourselves. This corner will be checked 100%, and the problem is he doesn't have anyone close enough to be able to trade or make any headway off of his deck.
I'm not sure. It might not be checked here, Chad.
Well, it's going to be on Izak to check this here, and he's going to overlook it. And Hamzy steps out with 2 huge kills, almost the third, but Cappy's going to finish him off, and now B is where the attack is still on. The bomb has been dropped, however, List is coming up catwalk. He could be a real issue here. If he can push into the bomb site and take a duel, allowing Cappy to get onto the side. That's the kill that's needed. Now the bomb will be able to get in position. Game, however, in a relatively aggressive spot. The smoke will come out, but it's not over the planter, which means...
He gets this shot, though. Surely.
A little bit quicker. He could have made a frag. They know where he is now, but Soak by the side of Game. He's going to get Cappy, and Bliss has been left on a 2-on-1 scenario.
In the smoke. This is what I wanted to see. Get in there. Oh, Soak was aware of it. Nice discipline there from the Swedes. Didn't panic too much. They wanted to wait for him to make a mistake. Hamzy's loving it. He's dancing around. It's the happiest we've seen him. He's happy as Larry, Chad.
Maybe he knows Harry.
Hamzy and Harry.
Hamzy and Harry. That'd be a duo for the ages, wouldn't it? A bit like Moses and Harry. That's going to be one of our most favorite duos.
Oh, that's going to be the breakout duo 2018.
Yeah, you guys wait till the middle of Feb. You're going to check out some real Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that's when it gets extremely lit, I think, as the kids would say. It's going to be round number 11, and Team Friberg against all odds. They were 4-0 down, Chad, and now it's 6-4. They're bouncing back. As we get into round number 11, there will be aggressive play from Soak. He'll be pushing up towards that lower ramp, and he's got a flashbang with Wolfie to go with him. They're going to try and get stuck in and see if they can get the opening kill. They need to be careful of apartments. Of course, they have got a smoke down there for now. So they'll start to fall back as that smoke starts to dissipate. They've got a slight gap there in the A ramp to work with. So they're playing up close and personal, trying to play in front of smoke so the T's could deploy here. No AWP on the A side. Games towards window right now. He can obviously rotate in if required, but usually smoked out of that sort of position.
I like this setup. It allows them to stop any executes, and 2 of them are in the bomb site, so it's much more difficult for them to get isolated individually. Game Smoke's going to come in. Soak spots multiple players coming out A ramp, and Wolfie's going to stand strong with the first kill of the round, and there is Soak finishing off the frag that he started, and there's a second. Dancing around the boxes, making the T's have a really rough time. This attack has been stopped in its tracks, and Navrot, can he get anything done here? The entry fragger on train, showing us his worth, is now left in a 1-on-5 scenario. This is something that would be a pure miracle, and Friberg says, no, mate, I'm the king. Get out of my server.
Well, we have seen this before, Chad. This is exactly what we're describing in the pre-game. Poland have found themselves in this position many times before in this tournament. They have great starts, then they'll drop off significantly. They have a shocking half. They've even gone down 13-5 before, but they bounce back. Do we feel like they're a better T-sided team or a CD-sided team?
I'm going to go with the CT-sided team. I think their spread of individuals with the three-piece of Soren, Navrot, and none other than Mr. Cappy is quite powerful.
I feel like, though, on the T side, they haven't really explored towards B. That's where Hamzy is, and that's where Soren does his best work.
But he stood up. He stood up and get that double kill.
That's
you know,
right, because they didn't check the corner. They're probably rattled going there now.
And speaking of B, here they come, barreling in with pistols in hand, but Hamzy steps up once more. This guy has really turned it on today. Stopping the eco. Push onto the site, and Friberg's there to stop anyone else. Will the bomb go down? Yes, it will. That's fantastic for the T's. They've got to be happy with that one. Able to get the bomb down after that mess. Molotov a little bit too deep. Wasn't able to stop the plant, and money in the bank, money in the back pocket. It should be enough, considering the loss bonus, for Soren to get that AWP in hand and have enough weaponry on his side.
Might have to give Game a yellow card there. He was teabagging, which is strictly against the rules.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't read the rules.
Well, I've made the rules, so
okay.
It's going to be illegal. So I'm going to give him an official yellow card here. Not Stoke, he's okay. But Game, you're going to have to do better than that.
Come on, Game. Get on top of your game, mate.
Yeah, that's good. Well, 8-4. And Hamzy, he's really enjoying himself, Chad. Every time he gets killed, I look over to him. His smiling face, beaming through the studio. Well,
he might even be up for this MVP vote, Henry. You can pick one.
Either he has had MVP already. He had won it once.
Oh, yesterday, that's true. Yeah, if you want to vote in the Twitch chat, ! And then the player who you think is looking the most valuable thus far. You cannot vote for the captains, Friberg or Isaac, but you can definitely vote for anybody else in the server.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Check that
per map, I think. So we'll have a look as it goes.
You can vote for me as well, I think.
You can't. Do not vote for Chad. !
Sponge.
You just want to watch the world burn, don't you? Via Twitch chat. Well, here we go, round number 13. This is what we wanted to see. This is exactly what I just asked for.
Indeed.
Sereni going towards the B apartments, waiting for a mistake to be made, but good Molotov, that'll force him back.
He's aware, Henry. He's aware that, this is perfect. I think you know what happened there. They heard the scope.
Yep.
And then the cascade of nades has chimed in to do whatever damage possible, putting Soren down.
You get that real deep Molotov that blocks off the doorway, then you can go for that spam. They didn't attempt it there, but...
How deep?
Really deep.
Okay, as deep as it gets.
Yeah. So it's uncomfortable.
Oh. Yeah, well, because you want him to burn, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's not fun for anyone. Mid control. We did see a lot of this as the Poles took on the Russians. They were able to use multiple scenarios, multiple setups, multiple plays to take this area of the map with success. And it's not like mid is a focal point at all for the Swedes. They're more than happy to give up a lot of territory, not take too many duels, not use too much utility, and take the fights when necessary. But Navrot, the entry fragger, steps up with a big kill. Game, however, lurking in the backlines, will trade out.
Good shot.
The attack is going to be here on the A-bomb site, Henry, but Soak is good, isn't he?
Where are the flashbangs? They're going out one by one.
They have a lot of utility to use. They're
exactly.
just against it.
This is rubbish. Where's this practice I've heard so much about?
The Poles are falling apart here.
Yeah, they really are. Like,
save this
that's sure, contact plays sort of work, but the beginning of a round, just walking out of a palace like that, you think that no one's going to be watching the A-bomb site?
I think they may be overthinking the scenario right now because I'm not seeing the same level of
Let's just do some set pieces at the start. That's what many pugs don't have to offer. Get in towards the A-bomb site, deploy the smokes, let your star players get close, even planting a bomb. Now, Seren saves the AWP, but he'll have no money to drop anything. Maximum loss bonus, so they'll still be able to buy into the round, that's fine. But still, they're looking weak here. Poland showing a different side. They just need to calm down, do the step pieces, in my opinion. I think go towards A, see if someone could open things up at the very start, then deploy the smokes. Chad, they're listening to me. Old Henry's got it again. He's cracked the case.
It's fantastic how many times you're right, Henry. I would say throughout a day, you're correct 99% of the time.
Well, exactly.
And if anyone's going to listen to you, I hope it's them. Friberg definitely didn't listen when you gave him advice last time, and he should have been.
Oh, they're falling back. What are they up to? You've lost all presence on the map, and you're going back now. All right, well.
Oh, no. Is this the play where they're going to try? No, it doesn't really matter. Friberg, he can sniff what's
Friberg loves this, though. There's been nothing shown towards middle. He's just almost guaranteed a free kill here. What
the Poles are cooking.
They just had to do that AXQ. That's all they had to do.
They're doing a double pump. I think that's the play, but Friberg's going to
They have no idea what's at the top of the middle now. That's what's going to happen, Chad. You can't, if you go 5 players towards A, you've lost map control. You cannot just walk back to middle and hope it's going to be fine.
You need a little move there,
got to wake up
to push them back, but this is fantastic. This is the individualism that we're talking about of the Swedes stepping up. Friberg with a fantastic decision on his own. Soak is getting a lot of kills, sitting on the top of the scoreboard with 15.
But he can always guarantee nothing's going on middle. No smoke, no flashbangs, no one crossing middle, nothing underpass. He can get in a safe position. His teammates watching his back. That's just really, They are overthinking it now.
Yeah.
They were, all 5 players went towards A. It's a rule of thumb in CS. If you lose map presence like that, you go for an execute, you have to go with it. It's like, say you're on Inferno, you're at Banana, 5 players alive, you go towards the execute at the very start, you're waiting, you've been smoked out for 20 seconds or so, you still have to go in because you have no idea. They got towards second middle, the apartments. If you go back, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, so you just have to commit. As soon as you go back, you find yourself with CTs getting themselves in advantageous positions.
It is worth to note at this point in the game, Henry, the Swedes have been able to string together 10 rounds in a row. That's quite a...
4-0 down to 10-4.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Then they could even finish with 11 in a row here because the money situation on the polls is not looking fantastic. They should be able to get up the AK-47s. They have a very limited amount of utility, but this is where they just need to pull out an absolute, I guess, free ball strategy. Go with something a little bit more off the cuff. Try and find some entry kills. Let Navrot do his thing because we have seen him look very successful on the entries, and that's when they're playing a looser brand of Counter-Strike. It's going to be an A hit. They are heading over there. Maybe that contact play that they ran on the first gun round could be in store again. Have the Swedes adapted? Yes, they have as Wolfie.
Here we go, the fast A attack. This is all we needed. We needed a lot more of this, Chad. Just decide something at the very start.
And
stop overthinking it. Stop trying to do fakes and everything like that. But you don't need to in a mix like this. You just have to get in there. You've got strong players who can hit headshots. And if you just get them in there, they'll deliver. Overthinking it. Luckily, they won the first map, so it's not all for naught, but still.
It's not all over at this point, Henry. We have seen them be down 13-5 before on this map, and they've been able to claw it back round after round.
Indeed.
So the resilience is the one thing that these guys definitely have going for them. I do think, you know, skill-wise across the board in terms of the spread, Friberg is the best player here, right?
Yes.
But in terms of the spread, I think that it's more evenly distributed on the Polish side.
Yeah, they've got like the other end of the spectrum. So Poland have got 5 like pretty equally skilled players, but they're all good.
Yeah.
The other team, they have like 2 star players and then maybe a third in Wolfie. Then the other 2 players like hold them back, right? So they're significantly less skilled than the other 3. So overall, pound for pound, we probably have slightly more firepower in terms of the skill ceiling available to Team Sweden.
Yeah.
But in terms of consistency and overall kind of synergy with the team and being able to perform consistently, I would say it's Poland. But the in-game leader there really needs to wake up. Those are very basic decision-making skills that weren't coming through. Take a pause. If you're really struggling to default, they didn't take a pause at all. Just calm down. There's plenty of rounds to go. Take some ecos, work out what's going wrong, get some information there. Seren seemed like he lost his confidence going towards a B. After that one altercation with Hamzy, they didn't seem to punish that area. If I know he's playing in that bomb site, I'll do what they did against Russia. Just keep going.
He did fantastic.
He did do very good. I won't give it that. They seemed rattled. They wouldn't go back there.
I think, you know, that play, that contact play onto the A side that won them the first gun round and then the last round of the game was something they probably could have used a lot more. And they didn't go for the same mid-takes that we did see them use earlier in the tournament. So overthinking it on certain gun rounds and not going with what they know works is probably the biggest issue to take away.
It's the grand final, though, so this will happen. It's a good learning curve for these players. They haven't played in finals before, and things change. It's a different game of CSL. But this, he will be playing headshots only. He'll get the same treatment in return from the aforementioned Hamzy. The bomb should be planted here, but it's down towards short right now. Kilgappy doing what he does best, is popping heads from short. He has actually got vision of the bombers. It could cause a bit more of a disaster for the Swedish side. His teammate coming in, be careful not to shoot him. This looks like a Polish round all day long.
Lovely. That was fantastically done. The pop flash came in, the T's were able to get onto the bomb site, and then from there, the headshots just followed one after the other, flowing for the Poles. No real dramas there. What I can see is a bit of an issue is the fact that Cappy's bought, but he doesn't have head armor. He's opted for the M4, so he's going to have to play in a very passive position. Forcebar will come in for the Swedes as well. Hamzy on the scout.
Luckily, they've got Deagles and stuff, right?
Yeah,
so
the one-shot headshots anyway. It's not too much to worry about.
If they had PD-50s, and yeah, that would be a massive deal. But Deagles, CZ to some range is the one-shot kill anyway in the head. For some reason, does more damage than M4. Hate to see that.
Look, you don't love to see it.
I think it's amazing that the 5.7 at one point could do more damage close range than a rifle could.
Don't get me started. I try and avoid that thought process anymore. I've kind of just become... I feel like the way that the game and talking to Valve devs has just been beaten into me, I'm more than happy just to be subdued.
Fair enough, Chad.
Some of us like it passive, Henry.
There's going to be 3 rifles available for Team Izak here, but remember, the Swedes aren't half bad with the pistols themselves. Deagles and CZs are their forte, and we'll see whether they can rise to the occasion here. There you go, Izak caught out of position. He normally holds towards the connector in the window. He does a little bit more damage there. Wolfie takes Seren down to 27. Bliss left at 62, but still they have a massive chance to win this one. The Swedes always seem to prevail in the face of adversity. We'll see whether they can get anything done here any further. Kilcappy, the mentioned player without the helmet, does find game. One of the key scalps of Team Sweden. Bit of noise there, quite a lot of noise, Friberg.
Too much noise.
You should have better movement than that, my friend. Get on the old KZ maps.
Might be his new mouse that he's unboxed, he said.
Yes. Well, he's had a couple of days to play with that now.
Well, the excuses
roll in.
Shouldn't play a factor at all. And Navrot in a fantastic position on the bomb site should be able to deny the plan. I don't even know if they're going to check this position. They won't. He'll step out, chase for the second kill. He's going to get it with ease. And that force buys reaps no real rewards for the Swedes. And they're going to have to take a full eco in this scenario. Now, Henry, this is one of my favorite times of the evening.
Oh, is it?
It's name that game show.
Oh, actually, no. I've got a good question.
Okay.
So, as we grew up, right, as confused teenagers in the early 90s,
here we go.
We all went through phases, right?
Like, are we talking about the human body here?
No. In terms of like things you were into, the way you dressed, I was wanting to know if you had any embarrassing phases. Let's say, for example, like an emo would be a phase.
No, I wasn't an emo or anything along those lines. This is before I got to high school, so maybe before the hormones got raging.
Okay.
I had like longish hair, like down, not like super long.
Style?
No, not really. It's just like almost like a bowl cut in a way.
Right.
But it would come down like past my ears.
Okay.
And this was when like in Australia, I don't know why, but you know, like visors became popular.
Sure. Okay, so like the golf visor with the hole at the top, right?
Yeah. So I would wear the visor, but with the hair over the top of the visor.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, like
that is quite the image.
Yeah.
Have we got any photographic evidence
I don't think so. I didn't let people take photos of me when I turned like probably 10 years old. The photos stopped.
The visor.
There's a
the
black
hair at the
spot
top.
in my life between being like 10 and then when the CGS started.
Bloody hell. Well, I like the sound of it. I was really into the whole skateboarding thing. I still am.
You love a pair of Vans?
Yeah, no, I didn't really like Vans that much. But I was super into skateboarding for about 5 years and then found CS and then gave that up. I
bodyboarded. I didn't surf, so I dressed like a surfer.
We're really getting deep on this subject. I'm glad you kind of piqued your interest, but we should get back into the game. 3-on-2, and it will be Seren with the AWP. But Sweden have the advantage for now. And Seren, he has been good with the AWP throughout the tournament, but this is where it really matters. The grand final. People will only remember your performance from this particular round. Bomb's making its way back through. Sweden have the advantage. Seren, really interesting position there. Why you'd stand there with the AWP, I'm not quite sure. Game punishes him. Good flashbangs there. And this is what Friberg's team are known for. Nice, simple strategies here. IzakOOO could have done with taking a leaf out of their book, perhaps, and they're stuck together. But here comes Kilcappy. If he wins this one, it will completely shut down the morale of Team Sweden. Can he get anything done here? In terms of the score in the second half, it's 3-0. This is the first gun round. Plenty of money available in the CT camp, but that's if he saves this weapon, they'll have a nice full buy. If they don't, there'll be some compromises here. He needs to decide if he's going for this one. Friberg makes the choice for him. Down he goes in towards CT spawn.
Was definitely doable with that amount of utility. If he was able to get on the bomb site, find where it was planted, smoke off the bomb, and then maybe try and force out the players to have those 1v1 fights, Henry, I think that could have happened, but as you mentioned, they are going to have a mismatch of a buy, not necessarily optimal by any means.
Well, they've got the double AWPs, but there'll be a couple of players that have to give something up.
Right? So
Liss has only got a USP and head armor. Why has he got head armor? He could have a PT-50.
I don't know. Maybe he bought a kit or something instead.
Well, no, but if you just get body armor, he can have a PT-50 in armor. You know, against AKs, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Try anyway.
No, he has a deagle. There you go.
There we go.
He got a deagle. Maybe he lost it in spawn or someone else picked it up or something along those lines.
Found
but
it.
It doesn't matter. He's got it. He's got it back in his hands. And this round is really important. If they lose this, I think that's going to be probably game, set, match in the hands of the Swedes.
Well, game.
Yeah, set.
Not the match.
Okay. Well, game plays for Sweden.
Yeah, and they'll win set. That's like Sadika's levels you've gone for there.
Sorry.
The dad jokes coming in.
I did the pond chat. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah,
I was here next to you when you did it as well.
Yeah.
So
it's quite nice. Anyway,
game.
Dead.
Doing the first kill there. He'll be bringing it to a 5 versus 4. Like he said, this is the do or die time for the Wolf. As Rock takes him down. Poland keep their head above water for now, at least 4-4. 55 seconds. They're going very quickly here. Navrot should nail that shot. That's a big miss, and he'll be punished. He had to hit that one, but Seren starts to find some form finally. It's not too late to turn up. It's only 11-8. But the money, that's the massive problem here. Game misses a vital shot there. A lot of misses in this round. You see the nerves really coming through. Seren, though, doesn't seem to be phased. 3 versus 1. Hamzy. He's had a great game so far by his standards, but can he get anything done? I don't think so. He seems a little bit lost as to what his options are. The bomb's all the way by Tetris right now. It's going to make some noise, and he's going to get the AWP. What's the plan here, Chad?
Well, the plan is probably to die, Henry, because...
No, save. Yep, that's like, I think Friberga said, dude, I don't know what that movement is. Let's just save the weapon. Jumping around, making all sorts of noise. Save the weapon.
Boy. And now it's the T's who have the struggle with the economy. He will hold on to the AWP, and they probably should force buy behind it, considering...
Well, he'll have no money, so yes, they probably should.
Yeah, because you look at the rest of the camp. Soak has 3,500, Wolfie has 2,900, Game only has 1,500.
Give the AWP to Game.
Yeah, give the AWP to Game.
Hamzy, do not use that, please.
Hamzy,
give it to your world-class AWP.
Hank, calm down. It's all right. They're gonna.
There it is.
He's dropped it over. And it looks like they are actually going to eco here. So they're going to try and use Game aggressive with this AWP. They could probably get a couple of pistols, which we do see brought up as they are leaving spawn. But there's a lot of pressure on Game here, and we have said that he needs to kind of mix up the way he approaches the map. And you did say, Henry, that he doesn't like Mirage very much.
He doesn't. He really doesn't. He said Trains is stomping ground. He likes Inferno.
Can't be a one-map wonder,
Likes Cash, but he hates Mirage.
This is the thing. See that Molotov that came in? If that was me, I would have played in front of it. That's just because I probably have bigger balls than Game.
He did push through the flames.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of no fire. The only thing I'm scared of is sharks.
Wow.
What
I'm sure you're safe. I'm sure he's safer in Sweden.
I'm safer in Germany. It's not so many sharks there, but they're going to jump out the window, cascading onto the B bomb site. So we're going to find a kill. Not Krill. Krill is in the ocean. But hold on a second. The frags have fallen in favor of the T's, and they're able to get onto this site. They're able to get the bomb down, and now they can probably consolidate this round.
I think you're absolutely right. It's going to come down to Isaac now on a huge flank. Remember, he's only got that CZ in hand. This is not looking too good for them. So Ren, I'll watch towards kitchen. Presumably, they might consider just holding on to Game.
He knows it there. He's seen the barrel, and Isaac's going to hit a huge shot. This opens up the round for the retake.
Are they save the double orbs?
No, they're going to go for this.
Now?
Now they should probably save. Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote.
I think when you get those double orbs, then the bomb's ticking away. Didn't know where they were. I think just get out of there.
Get out of there.
I think that you still have a chance to win the round. You didn't have to win that one. Now it's getting to the point where you desperately need rounds. You're going to have to take, what, a full eco? Oh, they're going all in. No.
It's do or die right now.
Not like this. You had about 3K
this
player.
Is where legends are born, Henry. This is where that resilience that we built up to be such a crazy storyline could come out to play if they get this one, if they whack this one up on the board, if they're able to get 2 in a row, they're able to get 3 in a row, they pull this one back. We'll be looking at 12 pieces per team. I can maths. 9 plus 3 is indeed 12. But it's going to start strongly for the Poles as Isaac swings out, takes down Wolfie, caught with his pants down, and now Navrod's going to find one onto Hamzy. It's all looking like the Poles are going to take and steal another big round. Soak wants to fight back the best he can. Soren steps out, gets dropped, but it is a 4-on-2. Game is alive. AWP in hand, but he isn't in a position in the map where he can get too much done. Palace.
How do Poland do it again and again?
Well, Henry, Isaac leading the charge here, leading by example, swinging out with that CZ75, showing us that it is such a powerful pistol.
It's a powerful something.
It probably should be in the SMG category.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be up to Soak now. I don't think he can do much here. And Isaac, the call, it works out for them.
What a nightmare.
What an absolute nightmare. 1 FAMAS, 4 CZs, all in. That was pretty much the game at that point. And now, it's actually sent Team Friberg into disarray. It's been really back and forth. The last 4 rounds have been split 2 apiece. Round number 23. If you're just joining us, it's the grand final here at the ROG Join the Republic Community Challenge. We have 2 captains, Friberg and indeed Isaac, going toe-to-toe right now with the amateur players found across the world, specifically, of course, from Sweden and Poland in this matchup, to try and win this community challenge. And so far, it's looking very good for Isaac. He won the first map here in the grand final in this best of 3. They're on the chase right now, but they're getting back into it. And Chad, it is a force buy here from Team Friberg. Good headshot there. Isaac goes down to 73. It was through the wall. And Wolfie tagged up, and they'll go towards B. They're in. And that's a bit of a misplay there from LYS for kill Cappy. He keeps the dream alive. Goes down to a 3-on-3. This could still go in favor of Team Sweden.
How do they keep doing this, Henry? They're on the bomb side. This is a back-and-forth match, but Soren steps up on Hamzy, overextending for no reason.
Friberg's got the AK-47. It feels like he's going to do something absolutely disgusting any second now. He's poised, he's ready, but Ronnie's even faster. Navrot chimes in as well. It's a huge round to win. Yes, the bomb goes down, but we're almost certainly going to have the full eco now for Team Sweden. 12-11, and Poland are back, baby.
The face of Friberg says it all. Put that in your pipe and smoke it as the youngster from Poland, Soren, steps up with a lightning-fast shot there, giving them stead in the round, and they can get that defuse. The comeback is on. The resilience once more. We see it in the face of the Poles. They are looking determined.
They're tenacious, they're wild, and they're fragging machines. It's Team Isaac who have come back once again. It's currently 6-2 in their favor in the second half. And like we said, pretty much a full eco here. No armor, 2 flashbangs, and some upgraded pistols. That's all they've got to work with. They'll take a deep breath and make their way towards the A-bomb site. They do manage to at least find some footing in towards the site. Isaac, not known to be the most skilled player on the Polish side, but he is keeping the dream alive. They will find a couple of frags here. Isaac goes down as well.
No.
He really needs to make sure he hits those shots. 2 versus 2, but Hamzy and Soak, the 2 younger players. Hamzy's almost certainly dead there. Down he goes,
Great
bomb
Molotov.
dropped. Yeah, it's a very effective Molotov now, but Soak, this could be a play. This could be a massive play. 3 kills in total, takes down Navrot. Now, HP doesn't become a factor. List doesn't have this information.
Oh,
he's going to be worried that he's got the AWP up against him.
He's looking the wrong way, Henry. Soaking up all the pressure here, playing his turn 1 scenario
Overthinks
perfectly. I'm not sure there's a minute on the clock. If he can find a more advantageous position here,
He could go towards
apply this
Palace.
weapon. He could do anything right now, Henry. This guy, this kid, this 16-year-old, this clutch could be absolutely sensational
Hamzy's
for
on the
the
edge of his
Swedes.
seat. He can't believe what's about to happen here. He knows what this means. If he wins this round, Team Sweden are back in the game. This will be a full eco victory. The money will be strong.
We do need to note, though, Liss has now moved into a position where he only has to worry about one angle. This is a fantastic decision that you want to make in a 1v1. You don't want to be able to get isolated. You don't have to watch multiple angles at once. So him sitting there near the garbage bin allows him to let Soak make the next move.
He still has the
Pressure
bomb.
is on, Henry.
The
20
thing is,
seconds left.
the good news is for Liss, he doesn't really have to do anything now. He can wait for him to plant. He hides in CT spawn. Soak has to start making some noise now. He's got 10 seconds. He hasn't found. Oh, he can't
Has to make
waste
noise.
as much time.
Oh, Soak from out of nowhere! What is that? What is that?
Unbelievable, Chad. I can't believe that's actually happened. Soak, he had 10 seconds remaining. They just had to wait for the bomb to go down. He peeks. He didn't even want to wait for the bomb to be planted. And Soak delivers a wonderful clutch there. Just what Team Sweden needed. And once again, it's an eco that wins. And Team Isaac have to go in the pistol once again. Look at Hamzy. He's absolutely loving it. They stand up, and the elation is real. CZs, Deagles, armor, and a whole lot of work to do here as we go to round number 25. Map 3 is on the menu.
The Poles are looking deflated right now. The look on their faces is not one of resilience. It's broken men as the T's continue to pile on the frags. 2 big opening kills, only going to be stopped by Cappy. We'll take down Soak, the hero of the last round. The Swedes at this point are in a fantastic position to grab that 14th round, to put them in striking distance, to take us to that 3rd, to give us the final that we all deserve. The B-bomb side is completely cracked open here. LYS, Mr. List, he's going to stand, he's going to grab one, but he's going to drop. There's nothing he can do about this. They're stamping their dominance right here, the Swedes.
I think this could be it, though. We're coming to the final few moments. Team Friberg could take this to a 3rd map as we go 14-11. 3 players survive, and the money, it's okay for Team Poland. They're going to need to win every single round at this point. They can't allow Friberg to get to map points so early.
Well, Henry, if there's an important round in the game, this one's going to be it. Everyone's got everything they need, maybe lacking a little bit of utility, and the famous in the hands of Isaac, but he's made a lot of magic with a CZ with weaker weapons, so can pull anything out of the bag here. Game, prodding, poking, a ramp, looking for any overextending CTs, anyone who's going to get caught out of position.
Good flashbangs used towards middle, but it's down to Game here. Trying to open things up with the AWP, of course. He had a quieter game by his standards on 14 kills. It's Soak. Chad, believe it or not, one of the players we said was one of the weaker units is on 25 kills, 16 deaths.
What a beast.
So he stepped up, huge clutches, contributing in terms of the frags. And it looks like 3rd map is certainly going to be possible here. Friberg can't get it done, though, towards a connector. Down he goes. It's going to be Molotovs and all. Need to be very careful. You're burning alive. He saw the flames come in, and Soak and Hamzy double up with the fire towards the shadow position. And now it'll be a 3 versus 2. Still in favor, though. of Team Isaac. Game still alive. Remember that AWP potential. Hamzy, what are you up to planting there?
You have to wait for your teammate in those scenarios to potentially cover you off. There was also no rush. It looked like he was just going to go to get the bomb down to force a pick. Forced the pick indeed, but didn't give himself enough time to actually pick out and make a frag.
There was 50 seconds there.
Yeah,
could have waited. You got 3 CTs, you got no information. There's definitely the nerves, and that's maybe I'm being a little bit harsh. Obviously, I cast professional teams. I'm trying to treat this like a professional game. Indeed, it's not. They're amateurs. They will make mistakes, and it all isn't good fun, I assure you.
Indeed, and it's not over yet. Game, the one who we said is potentially the biggest fragger with the AWP for the Swedes. He's going to drop there before I can get anything exciting happening.
This is so back and forth, Chad.
No, this is not a position that we want to find ourselves in, is it? Soak had that heroic round before, and now the money situation is kind of falling apart.
Well, not as badly as you might think.
Yes, they want to drop the AK.
We have
right?
3 players on $2,500.
Yes.
But we have Wolfie in game, especially game. He's got 8K. Wolfie with the 5, they can drop a couple of AKs and they can have a full buy at least with an AWP there as well. It will take a little bit of distribution. That's why they'll take a pause right now just to make sure they distribute the wealth accordingly. Number 27, Chad. Who would have thought? This round might actually decide the entire game. Money is weak in both camps. If Sweden can do it, they almost certainly win map number 2. If Poland do it, it's going to be full eco territory for Sweden, and we'll be tied up at 14-14.
Doesn't get tighter than this, Henry. We watch a lot of Counter-Strike. Games like this are what keep us on the edge. They're what get us excited, and right here, right now, is where these teams can continue to prove themselves, can continue to show their worth. This is CS. It's a beautiful game, and
this is why we love
getting
CS.
Treated to some fantastic moments.
Yeah, well, it might not be pro-level CS, but the drama and the blunders are part of the game. It's part of the storyline. The pressure getting to players and understanding what it's like to play in a grand final, not in your bedroom. This is what this tournament's all about, giving them the opportunity to showcase themselves and see what it's like to be a pro gamer. They had to do the trials, and they got to do the kind of build-up process, the boot camps, and all that sort of thing. And this is part of the process. Getting to a grand final, and you're going to be able to play as comfortably as you like. It won't feel like your home setup. And you have to work out what it's like to go against Friberg, who's going to be aggressive, getting in your face and trying to shut down whatever you have in mind. Well, here we go. 1 minute remaining. And we're going towards the B bomb side. Friberg does show presence there. Fires a few bullets off of the A round, but his teammates ready and waiting, trying to take down Liss and kill Cappy, who wait patiently. And Game, we know what he's like with the AWP. He's been quiet on Mirage. We know he doesn't like it. Liss gets himself out of position. That could be the real bad move to make, but Kill Cappy making up for it so far. They're not committing. They're not jumping out, and maybe it will just about work out for them. Hamzy goes down, low HP, but Wolfie delivers a stunning shot to find Liss. This is going to be real close now, but the plant comes through. Another mistake made there by Team Sweden. 30 seconds remaining, but Game hitting shots for days. This is what he does best. Brutal fragging up close and personal with the AWP. Bomb should be planted momentarily. They've got 20 seconds to do so. They'll throw a Molotov towards the kitchen to buy some time here. Stop the CDs pushing in. Now Frop waits towards short. Game has to be influential here. It's Game and Friberg, the 2 best players on Team Sweden. If anyone was going to win this round, it would be those 2.
Arguably, Henry, the 2 best players for Poland alive right now. Navrot, sorry, and Soren. That's the man I'm talking about. He steps out with the lightning fast orb once again, leaving Game all alone in a 2-on-1 scenario. Found himself in a very
precarious spot.
Yeah, the situation is
I think they know he's there. No, they don't, by the seams.
Oh, he's flicked his leg. He hasn't made the frag, and that's his undoing as Suran through the wall is going to find the kill.
Don't smash, Game. That's it. You're already on a yellow card.
Woo! It's getting hot in here, Henry.
Well, there we go. Friberg and Game. You saw why Game got frustrated there, because he hits the flick, like you said, but it's the leg, or maybe it's just through the van, I'm not sure. And he hit so many wonderful shots to get them in this situation. It was in the leg. So there we go. If he hits that shot, he probably wins the round. He gets wall banged in the end. You can see the frustration on his face. He controls the anger, though. Has to be the eco here, Chad. It looks like we are going to be tied up, but it will be an execute with the P250s and the CZs. You always do have a chance to win these rounds, and not a foregone conclusion. We'll see what happens as we really are getting deep into this game once again. Not much separating these 2 sides. Team Isaac already have a map in the bag. If they can win this and come back from the huge deficit, it'll be a 2-0 victory. The smokes are deployed. They have got no helmets, remember. Hamzy and Friberg no armor whatsoever. Best case scenario, they get the bomb down here, maybe a couple of frags. They might even win. It takes 1 massive mistake to drop a rifle. Isaac won't be missing that. Oh, my goodness, he makes a meal of it. But he gets it. Yeah.
Almost went down. 34 points of health left. He's going to push out for a connector, and Soak's going to get the kill. That's a full Glock frag there from Soak. And now Navrot pushing out. He's got 3 terrorists with his back turned.
This could fall apart.
Oh no, Friberg. He's managed to get the UMP. The overpowered. Oh, never mind. Before I get ahead of myself, he's dropped.
They're going to win this.
Able to steer the ship.
Sweden have got it, Chad.
Soak only has a Glock here, Henry, and the smoke on the bomb is going to make them panic. The defuse is coming in. Is he going to get it? He needs to spam to the left, Hamzy. No, the defuse will come through for the poles, and we're tied up 14-14.
You can see the level of play drop as we get closer to the end of this map. Fatigue will be setting in, nerves are riding high. As soon as you can be in touching distance of that victory, as soon as you can taste it, that's when the nerves start to set in. It takes a professional player to handle themselves on this sort of environment. And then get to the real nitty-gritty of the game, where every frag counts. If you go down with nothing, your teammates are going to be thinking you let them down. It can get to you sometimes. And you can see even the players like Friberg missing key shots at this point. As we get to round number 29, they did take a full eco and got the bomb down. That's Team Friberg, and they'll have pretty decent buy here with the AWP, rifles, and it's the first team to look for map point at this stage. Isaac's team actually with no money whatsoever.
Yeah, whoever wins this round pretty much wins the game, right?
More so for Sweden, though, because they're on the T side. They've got about 2K residual cash. Yeah. Isaac's got nothing. Every round, that round was 2. They had to have, that round should have been a clean sweep for them.
100%.
Against speedy 50s, Isaac with that poor aim towards middle, then running back with his knife out when he already knew it was a full executioner. Didn't really quite get the play, but either way, we should focus on this round. 1 minute remaining.
This is a really interesting setup that the CTs have been running time and time again with Liss and Cappy over in the B bomb site, quite rooted in, but they've also rotated Soren over this time. They think that that's the weakness. They think that's where Sweden want to go, but it's all a ruse. They have 3 members in connector right now, 1A ramp and game in Palace. If he can flick out Palace with that AWP, he will be able to cover off CT spawn, but he has to deal with Navrot first. Isaac lying in wait, going to step out, gets a dink, but doesn't get the frag, and that's Navrot falling as well, and A is open for business. The CTs need to save Henry. You've already mentioned the economy. This is where they need to hold on to those weapons. They're going to have nothing going into the last round if they get hunted here, and that should be on the menu for the Swedes. They're looking hungry for a victory. Right now, they should be hungry for the chase. I know their economy is not looking good either, but you take these out of the hands of the Poles, and that's good night, sweet Prince.
14-14, Friberg will find match or map point first. 5 players surviving for him. He's going to be fully loaded for the last round. Isaac saving 3, including Soren's AWP. They'll be gunning for overtime at this point. Friberg, very clean, methodical round there. Isaac had the chance to fire towards a connector. He got a dink off, and I think it was towards Wolfie, but couldn't actually find the frag. Round number 30, we're going the full distance here. Overtime still very possible.
We're going the distance. We're going for speed by Cake. Is that a Cake song?
I don't even know what Cake is.
Oh, Cake's a band.
Cake. Well, here we go, Chad. Round number 30.
You know that song, Short Skirt and a Long Jacket?
No.
Oh. Are you really? Okay. Never mind. I'll give you an education later.
Thank you very much.
Still plenty of time. But this is a tense game.
I think Friberg should have it at this point. They're focused on the A-bomb site. That strange setup you keep pointing out is...
Done it again, yeah.
Yeah, it's not really paying dividends at all. When they're getting 3 players in towards Palace, Friberg that is, and where's Soren going to be positioned? Presumably in CT spawn, he's actually gone towards B, so the main player, the firepower in terms of the AWP, not going to be at the A sides. Definitely an A-sided attack coming in. This is it. I feel like it's game over. Poor setup from Poland again. Soren's nowhere to be seen. The AWP's not going to be there, and we'll go for the final play momentarily. As soon as that smoke goes down, flashbangs will go in, and off we go.
Navrot here. Could get a lot done on the balcony. Going to swing out, going to find one, dips down through the flames. He gets away. Hamzy's actually TK'd in the madness. Overtime is looking likely at this point, Henry.
He killed himself, I think. It's all going wrong, Chet. This is, I told you, as the game develops, the rounds are getting more chaotic, more frantic, more messy. And we'll see with 1 minute remaining if Friberg on 14 HP can hold it together. They keep planting the bomb in the open, but again, it's Friberg in game, that iconic duo of Team Sweden, to try and lead by example and show their younger players how to operate in these big rounds. Good flashbang towards the connector. Not going to be enough though, so ready. He does rotate in and he will go for the plant here. This could be the killing blow. He doesn't commit. That is actually a wise move to make. Wants to make sure he stays alive with his teammate. Isolate game as he holds towards the boxes here. Hits one shot. They need to go together now. Do not give an opportunity to find 1 by 1. They could panic, but we are going to overtime.
Nothing can stop the Poles, Henry. Time and time again, They bring us into these situations. They come back when they should be down and out, when anyone else in the tournament would have been done and bloody dusted.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to rattle Team Sweden. We always say the team with the initial advantage, especially one as large as Sweden's, when you lose so many rounds like that and it builds up and then it goes to overtime. I've been there myself many times before. When you realize you've made so many mistakes to lead yourself to that point, it can be like, it gives you that feeling, that Listerine face, I think you could call it.
You're the expert at Listerine face, actually.
Well, that's the only way I can think to describe it, really. But it's nasty either way. As we get into the first round of overtime, just to note, we are running a 16K MR3 system here. So at the top of your scoreboard, you're not familiar with the format of overtime. It's first to 19. If it goes to 18-18, we do it all over again. We don't swap sides at this point. Where you started, that's where you're going to...
continue your campaign.
You'll continue your campaign, that's a good way to put it. And after 3 rounds, you swap over.
Look at this risk being taken right here by the Poles. I like the fact that they're going for something a little bit different. It was dicey. Now we've got the full weapons up. It is a chance to take a risk, especially in overtime. This is where the different styles of play, the different strategies, the chance to have everything you need comes in. And it's going to be a bit of a contact play onto the A side. They're throwing the utility as they enter, not over the walls. And that's the cue for the CTs to move into position for the retake. Utility being dispensed. Molotovs continue to be thrown out as the initial frags of the round get exchanged. And now we have ourselves a 4v4 after plant scenario. The clock has started for that bomb. 45 seconds counting down.
Indeed it is. And Soak finds an important kill towards the connector there. Trying to spam towards the smoke. CTs will be punished, and Isaac now using the Molotovs, trying to flush out any terrorist he can. It looks very promising for Team Friberg at this point. CT retake begins. You might as well go for it. Like we said, it's 16K. Money is not an issue here. First frag comes in from Isaac. He gets one. They find a second at the same time. Lovely work. There's only one player remaining now, but it's going to be Friberg. He's coming in from the side. He can see the bomb from the connector. Bomb sticking down. Can the captain of Team Sweden do it? He does it. He delivers again. Friberg wins the first round of overtime, and Team Sweden are elated.
You can't keep the king down, Henry. Not only the king of banana, now the king of connector with an amazing 1v2.
Oh my goodness, 1v3 in the end. He gets the first on Isaac. Flashbangs come over and madness ensues. He absolutely dominates them and shows why he's still considered a world-class talent. Well done, Mr. Friberg, and I think his team will be thanking him indeed.
I hope so, Henry. Coming into this tournament, like everyone else, Friberg had the holidays. He was seeming a little bit rusty, but he's got that competitive edge. He's got that competitive drive, and he's showing us why. Get it done time and time again there. Now we've kicked off this round. Soren's taken a bit of damage early. He's dropped down to 31 points of health. Soak's taken some chip damage, 79 for him. Aggressive flash for A-Ramp for Narot there. Sorry, Navrot. I'm real sorry. I keep doing it.
It's okay. We'll get there.
We'll get there eventually.
Well, here we go. That was a 3 versus 1 for Mr. Friberg.
Sensational.
Yeah, sensational. And it's going to be the first shot this time for Soren. Takes the boosted player down. That was the hero of the previous round.
I know he's there now, and they're actually going to boost Wolfie up. It's going to be an interesting angle. But
oof, yeah, get off.
Soren is a smart little man. Okay. He's going to find the boost. He's not going to get the kill, but
oh, Isaac, come on.
That's not necessary from Isaac.
You've got the lead there.
You have the information.
The fine frags.
Navrot in the same position we've seen him play time and time again. Had a lot of success from this throughout the CT half. See if it can reap dividends again. Lying in wait. He's not going to give himself away. He will get spammed through the box, and that's his cue to pick out. Soren's there overseeing.
His communications off it. Soren gets the player a shadow, but he's still shooting at that position.
Yeah, I think it's because Game actually tagged him through the box, so he got a little bit nervous. Thought he might have been spotted.
Oh, Liz. You need to come in now. 19 seconds. Get in there.
Oh, he could have potentially stopped that, and he will strike and make the frag. That's going to be almost a second onto Wolfie, but standing strong and on the box, the Wolf howls and gives us a one-on-one Hamzy versus Soren.
Here we go again, Hamzy. What have you got for us? You've been delivering in these clutches so far. He's won 2 versus 1s, one-on-ones. Put that grenade away, my friend. Let's focus on firepower here. He needs to rise up and show he is a valuable asset of this team. Sweden, the full defuse, not going to be coming in. Hamzy panics a little bit there. He finds the kill! Hamzy finds the 2-0. It's come down to 1 versus 1 each and every time, and is now 2-0 for Team Sweden. And Isaac and Co have got to be very frustrated. They can't close these rounds out. List had that in the palm of his hand. 19 seconds. You feel like just before they're about to plant, that's the ideal chance to strike. If he goes in maybe 2 seconds before, it would be enough. And it doesn't look like Hamzy is phased whatsoever. He seems quite comfortable now.
Quickly getting himself a title of the clutch master here, Henry. lot of big rounds from Hamzy, a lot of impact with multi-kills. He's really coming alive today in the grand final. We say he crumbles under pressure, but he seems to be standing up strong, and the B-split is happening. It's rattling on down as Soren gets the first kill onto Wolfie. Friberg trades off, and there's a lot of pressure on Soren, and Liss here to stand strong.
It's looking good though, but Friberg, he might do it again, Chad. Another 3 versus 1. He's found the first kill.
Bomb is down though, Henry. He needs to retrieve this if he wants to have any chance in the round, but the clock is on his side. 1 minute, 14 seconds remain.
Ooh, tagged up.
Tagged through the box isn't the way you want to be starting this one. Isak's going to swing. He's going to make the kill. He's going to put the 1 round on the board there for the Poles. They're only able to get 1 on that CT side.
So they lost a 3 versus 1 in the initial round to that man on your screen, Adam Friberg. And then 2 versus 1 in the second round. They managed to pull it together in the final round. Poland on the chase once again. Remember, it's first to 19 on your scoreboards at the very top. If you get to 18, you've guaranteed at least double overtime. So that's always a bit of pressure. The valve will be released somewhat. The nerves won't be there, and they can at least focus on the round at hand. As you can see, when we go into the next half, there will be a single AWP, of course, just for game. On the CT side as Team Izak switch over. Soren, I'd like to to focus more on the B-bomb side again. Let's stop these fakes, let's stop these defaults. Let's do set pieces off the back. We've got 5 players towards it. This is good. This is what we want. Just focus on an objective, get in there, and swarm the CTs. This is what they lacked before.
I noticed before the synergy that Wolfie and Soak had on the A-bomb site, especially while they were playing around the site boxes, was fantastic, but they've opted to leave Soak on his own in the site this time. More focus on middle. Wolfie closer to connector, game poised, and Friberg is sticking with Hamzy on that site. That means not a lot of information can be garnered. No one can really pick out to underpass and see what's going on. Now, they're just waiting out the early utility, waiting for the A-ramp smoke to dissipate, and here comes the attack. The smoke wall will land, but the stairs smoke is missed here, and that's going to be a big opening for Wolfie to step out. Find 1 kill, and Navrot!
That was unbelievable. Navrot with the shot from hell. It's now down to game. We know he can be quite handy in these close-range encounters. Izak offers himself up on a plate. 3 versus 2 now. Remember, this is for map point. If Friberg can pick this round up, they're going to be in very good stead to take it to a 3rd map, but Izak will fight back. It's going to be Soren, Navrot, the 2 best players, arguably, of Team Poland now, up against Friberg and game. Hamzy's there for good measure. We'll see whether they can hold them off. The bomb, of course, not planted there. Good flashbang used by game as Friberg has to hit this shot. He can't do it. Navrot capitalizes this time. 2 versus 2. All but for Soren. They still have plenty of time. 35 seconds waiting for a mistake to be made. Will anyone take the angle, trying to get the wall bang there towards the ticket move? It is possible. No damage inflicted just yet as he rattles off shots. He knows the game's going to be behind that shot. He now goes towards Sandwich. You have got an angle here from Sandwich. Look towards CD Spawn. Game can't hit the shot. The bomb will be planted. He'll go for wall bangs here, but he knows there's a chance he can be taken down. It's very close indeed. Game can't get anything done here as Navrot jumps up on the boxes here. It comes down to this timing. What a shot from game. Now it's 2 versus 1. Where is Hamzy? Nowhere to be seen at this point, but the smoke will come in. 1 versus 1. Game has to deliver here. Can he find the final shot and get the defuse in? You can make him touch the bomb here, surely, as he gets closer and closer to his target. He will nail it. Great move, and that's what game's known for, and he has indeed found map point. Great work. 3 kills in total.
Big Daddy Game stepping up. We put a lot of praise to this guy throughout. We said Train's his home map, Mirage not so much, but that's a fantastic 1v1 to win. They're only 1 round away from taking us to overtime here, Henry, and getting on to map 3 of the grand final to join the Republic Community Challenge, brought to you by ROG and Intel. That's
Indeed.
a mouthful.
It is. But game, he's swallowed the entire team there. Devoured them as he uses the AWP to full effect, and Soren's not happy about it, so I'm slamming the headphones down there. Frustration starting to show. Map point. They've guaranteed double overtime now. It's going to take 2 rounds in a row from Team Poland to even get to that point. It's unlikely. Friberg definitely the advantage here. Round number 5 of 6.
You and I love a good buzzword, Henry. Resilience has been used throughout, especially to describe the Poles.
Yes.
This is their chance to show it once more. I did think they were broken men. I did think they were going to crumble earlier, as the Swedes won some fantastic rounds. Soak's 1v2 comes to mind. And here's a chance for them to put 1 on the board. As they take mid-control, they're going to boost Navrot into the window. I think his foot may have been spotted there by game. However, his mouth isn't moving that much. So I don't know what... Oh, he definitely was spotted. Yep. Pushing in close. Friberg, he's going to whiff. Oh!
Goodness gracious. That mouse needs looking up.
We can't be having those, my friend.
Bit of a stinker, but he gets the kill. No harm, no fouls, what we usually say. 5 versus 4 now. 4 more frags to take us to that third map, which I believe is Cash, Chad. So look out for that. I think it's the first time. No, we have had it before.
We did have it before. I believe the Frenchman played it.
That's Isaac's classic play.
Yeah, Isaac's thought, I'm going to step out Palace on my own and get a kill, but no, he's not. As Cappy drops in, we'll get one onto Friberg. Hamzy standing strong in the boost position. Really needs to know not to have his grenades out all the time, but game,
That's gonna be it.
The hero's here, and I think this one is done, Henry. I think the Swedes have pulled this one back. They're going to get themselves the final round and push us to the third
and final map.
Both teams showing some fantastic plays. Soren only has 9 seconds. This one's all over. That no-scope doesn't mean a lot. Bomb will go down, but they can just quickly run in on him here, and they will do. Wolfie will get the defuse, and the Swedes are going to pick up the second map of the series.